Hey folks, I'm Paul, this is BBQLAND, and today I'm going to be introducing you to one of our new grills. It's the Pit Boss Navigator 850 Pellet Grill. I'm going to be walking you through some of its unique features and some of the innovations that Pit Boss have introduced into pellet cooking. So the best place to start is the build quality. It's made from very heavy gauge steel. See the thickness, you can hear that it's heavy, and it's coated in the high heat resistant paint in this lovely black onyx finish. The temperature range of this grill is between 85 and 250 degrees Celsius. With the Flame Broiler system, which I'm about to show you later, that can increase up to 500 degrees Celsius, which is 1000 degrees Fahrenheit, to get an amazing sear on those steaks, which is something that's unique to Pit Boss grills. In terms of realistic capacity, you can see that you can fit loads on this grill. Here we have 4 chickens, a regular sized pork shoulder, some spare ribs, some beef short ribs, and a leg of lamb. This is absolutely fantastic for when we have those family feasts, lots of people coming around, and we just want to fill this grill full of food. The grill grates themselves on the bottom tier are porcelain coated cast iron. You can see they're modular, they're easy to take out. I like to keep my grills clean, so I like the fact that this is divided into 3 pieces, and that's going to make that cleaning up part a lot easier. On the top half of the grill we have porcelain coated steel. This is going to serve well as a nice warming rack, but at the same time, and because of the depth, you'll easily be able to get a few whole chickens, etc. at the top here whilst you're cooking your main piece of meat at the same time. In terms of size, you can see that these lower grill grates are 72 centimeters in width, and realistically you're going to use about 45 centimeters in terms of the depth. Underneath those grill grates, something amazing, and it's called the Flame Broiler. If I pull this lever, we can see that the heat shield has opened up and given us direct access to the fire pot. That's going to allow the direct heat to escape, and if you're lucky, some amazing flames to put something like a tomahawk steak on the top here and get an amazing sear. Underneath that heat shield is a burn pot. So a reminder how pellet grills work. Underneath here is an auger. What that's going to do is that's going to spin based on the rate of temperature which you've set and drive pellets into this burn pot. This part here will then ignite those pellets and then set them on fire. And then depending on the temperature that you've set, you'll have a small amount or a large amount of pellets inside this pot, which is going to be driving the heat and the smoke into the grill chamber. Let's take a closer look at the hopper. It's got a great feature on the front, a window. It sounds like a silly feature, but actually it's really useful to know how many pellets are in your grill just at a glance. Imagine you're sitting opposite it, drinking a beer, you don't even need to get up. Great idea. Let's take a closer look inside. So inside you can see the large capacity, and you can just about make out the auger at the bottom there that's driving our pellets into the grill chamber. On the front we have a digital controller with 2 probe inlets that allow you to measure the internal temperature of the food. We have a power button here which is used to turn on the grill. Here we have the prime button, and that's used to feed pellets down the full length of the auger to help set up the grill quickly. On the right we have our temperature dial. There's 3 positions for the dial. There's off and there's smoke. Smoke is where the magic is for those that want to get those Instagram friendly photos of a smoke ring around some beef ribs or some briskets. What this does is it manages the internal temperature of the fire at its lowest possible setting without the fire going out. To get the most amount of smoke into your food, you want to do that while the internal temperature is at its lowest. So what we can do is we can set it on the smoke mode and leave that for about 30 minutes to get that beautiful look that we're looking for. After that 30 minutes, you can increase the temperature to say 110 or 120 degrees for those that want to do those really long, low and slow cooks. If you live in an area where you get these huge temperature swings from cold to warm to hot, Pit Boss have introduced this innovative feature called a P-set, which is 8 programmable settings for when your grill is on the smoke mode. Typically, pellet grills will push pellets into the auger for 18 seconds and then they will pause and wait depending on the time that you've set on this controller. By adjusting this number, you're almost overriding what it's doing in the smoke setting and controlling how long you want it to pause. This is very much an advanced feature. Most people are just going to leave this on preset 4 and never touch this. Take a look at some of the other features of this grill. You can see you've got a nice sturdy steel handle on the side. As this grill is heavy, you're going to want this for moving about. On the front, you have a large modular shelf. You can see how deep it is. This is actually going to be practical. Some of the shelves that you see on grills are not really that deep and you end up knocking your food over, so this is a great idea. You can have it in the upright position and we just pull it backwards to drop it down if you want that out of your way. You can also take this shelf, lift it out, and we can place that underneath the grill. So now at the bottom, you've got a nice size shelf which you can use for storage. I think this is a great idea. You can see the Pit Boss use rubber instead of plastic wheels, and that will help you when you're pulling it across a patio or across some grass. And then on the front, you can see the locking casters. On the other side of the grill, you can see a very spacious side shelf and some hooks for your tongs. Grill, we have this exhaust system, and this allows us to finely tune how much smoke is exiting from the grill, and that helps to give an even distribution of smoke inside the grill chamber, and is useful when it's windy outside. If you want to change the pellets inside the grill, there's this pellet release system here. Place a bucket or container underneath and the pellets will then drop out of this chute into your bucket. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it informative. If you want to find out more information about the Navigator 850 or any of the other Pit Boss grills we have in our range, head over to BBQLAND.co.uk. Cheers!